Hello guys, and welcome back to another action-packed and exciting episode of Classic Arcade Repairs. I have on the bench before me a Breakout board. Breakout, and you can see right here we're missing a pot, and we're missing a part right here, and we're missing some caps. I've got this thing all hooked up, got my harness out. I do not have audio hooked up. I don't have the speaker hooked up. Don't care about that right now. Anyway, we're not going to get anything. I don't have a speaker pot. All right, let's go ahead and fire it up. See if we get anything on our black and white. And it looks like it's completely dark. Yep, nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing. Well, let's check power, shall we? See if we've got some voltage running through this thing. You know what I'm just noticing right now? We're missing the big filter cap. It's like an 8,000 microfarad. It's missing. You know what else I notice is missing? Chips right here. 2 chips. What else is missing on this thing? Okay. There's a nice corroded looking part. That is an 86. I will just replace that. Get that corroded part, clean that up. And we're missing crystal. We're missing the crystal. And is this another part, another cap? So it looks like we're missing crystal and a cap. Chip, cap, pot, part, cap. Goodness. Where's that go to? Is there a, is that down here maybe? Yeah, right here. Here to here there's a big cap, like a 470. Or, yeah, 470 or something like that. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe 4700. I don't remember. I'll have to look it up. This, I think, is a 7492. I think this is a 7404. This, I believe, is a 7408. This looks like it was all jumbled. Maybe. We'll have to replace these capacitors. They're probably, the likelihood of them being open is pretty high. What are we doing as far as voltage? It won't be clean voltage, that's for sure. We're missing the filter cap. 389. 3.89 volts. So we'll replace this regulator cap, all the caps that are missing, the pot, these parts, these caps. We'll replace all the electrolytics. I'll look up what this cap is right here. It's probably a, I would say it's a mica cap, because it's in the oscillating circuit. Crystal, I don't know what the frequency is. We'll figure that out. We'll get this thing all maintained up before moving forward. I think this right here, I believe, is like a 0.1, and then you have like 10 microfarad caps up here, something like that. I'll have to double check to make sure. of the values, but I believe that's what we have. So yeah, this thing not very good. So we'll get this thing maintenanced up and completed, populated, and then we'll move forward. Okay, and here are all the parts. So we'll go ahead and get that all situated, come back and see what we get. Okay, I've been doing some work, and actually I got this, I just scrubbed some vinegar on this, cleaned it up. It was pretty nasty. That corroded part. This is vinegar on this side of the Q-tip. Anyway, I'm going through these caps, and I got my my ESR meter, and you should have some ESR on these caps when you go across them. Should be very low, like that. That I believe is a 10 microfarad. So you should have around, is that 10 or is that 22? I don't know. Anyway, it says 0.5. So that's probably, I mean, it's probably fine. This one, there's no ESR across this. Nothing. There should be something. Every one of these is like that. Nothing. This would indicate that these caps are all open. That one's fine. That one's fine. It's all of these 1 microfarad caps seem to be open. Every one of them seems to be open. No. Yeah. So I will remove those and test them out of circuit, and we'll see if I'm just not doing that correctly or what. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all of these. Yeah, these are 1 microfarad caps. And they are, well, this is the first one. It's reading basically open. So I'm going to continue going through all of these, and they all look to be open. Here's the second one. Open. Third cap. Open. Fourth cap. Open. That one's completely open. No reading at all. And the last one, completely open. So yeah, there were 5 of them. 5 of those caps were completely open. So interesting. These ones, the ESR is good on them, so I'm not going to replace those caps. But replacing all of those for sure. So let's get this thing populated. I need 5 more 1 microfarad caps. Alright, so all of the maintenance has been completed. The chips are populated. That's a 192, not a 92. 74192. Got a new regulator, and I resoldered, the power resistor. You always want to resolder that, it gets so hot. And I did clean the bottom of the board really well. And I got all of those caps replaced. There were 7 of them, not 5 extra, 7 extra. And as I had 2 extra ones that I did test, and they were all open. Every one of those 1 microfarad caps were open, which is crazy that they were all open. Okay, we got our power resistor here. New regulator cap. I just kind of laid it down like this and soldered it. I soldered it onto the positive trace, the positive track, and then just filled that with solder so that it has a good positive connection to the other side of the board. Just made sure. This stuff's all populated. Got the proper crystal and a nice mica capacitor, 100 picofarad for the oscillation. So we're ready to fire this thing up. So I'll go ahead and hook it back up and see what we get. Okay, I just fired it up, and we are 4.99 volts. And over here we have a good looking game. Well, it looks like it's going through the bricks. There's no brick detect. See that? But it looks good. Okay, so we're not detecting bricks, but our voltage situation is square. We are perfect. So I will remove that, get that out of the way. Okay. You know what I want to do is I want to hook up I want to go ahead and hook up a speaker. Okay, I've hooked up a speaker. And what I want to do is set this up, and I'm going to play this a little bit because it looks as if the detection for the hitting is fine. It's just this is the attract. So here we go. Damn it. It's a little jumpy on the pot. But it's probably just my setup. Did it count correctly is the question. I'm going to have to go back and look at the video because I couldn't see. So it looks like we only hit 1 point bricks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We hit 17 bricks and the count is 17. So that is good. So it looks as if it sounds a little bit tinny, and I don't know if that's this speaker. I want to try a different speaker, and because it sounds a little bit tinny. So let me try a different speaker setup. I might have to replace this amp. I'm not sure yet. Let me rule out that it's my speaker. This is a speaker. I've never used this for testing, so I have no idea if it's blowing out or what. Okay, I've actually moved my setup. My speaker is now my regular speakers that I normally use down there. And we'll do it again. And I already played a game and it sounds fine, so it's got to be that speaker. Just didn't sound right. I'll go ahead and play a game, and I think it sounds just fine. And it plays fine and counts fine too. See, this time I just played a game and I did hit one, I believe, 2 point brick. You can see where it hit that 2 point brick right there. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's a 3 point brick. I think it's 1, 3, and I think 5. So that was a 3 point brick. So 16 is correct. I'll go ahead and play another game. It might be harder to hear, but it sounds good. Yeah, this thing's not shielded and it just jumps. Gosh, this game is so hard. I need a better pot setup. All right, but yeah, it works fine. It works just fine. But that's really all that was to this one. Bad power, missing parts, terrible caps. Crystal was missing, and the 100 picofarad cap for that. These sounds would have never been right because a lot of these 1 microfarad caps are in the circuits with these sounds over here, there, here. And then this was a filter. This pot right, this one microfarad cap right here actually is in the movement circuit, the paddle circuit. Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, there you go. good to go. Good and cleaned up and working good. I guess that's it for this one. No bad parts. Well, yeah, there were bad parts, the caps, but just missing parts and just missing stuff. I wonder why they gave up on this board and started scamming some parts off of it. Was it because the sounds weren't right? It didn't have a crystal. The power was not correct. So, yeah, who knows? But it's good to go now. So, there you go. Breakout. Saved. Saved from the scrap heap. Ready for to provide some fun, a fun gaming experience. So there you go. All right. That's going to do it for this one, fellas. We'll see you all on the next Classic Arcade Repair. Bye for now. By the way, make sure to like, subscribe. Please subscribe if you're not. Check me out on Patreon. Patreon.com/Classic Arcade Repairs, all one word. Check me out over there. Lots of cool stuff. Help support the channel. Thank you very much. See ya. Alright, well, I got to looking. I know I finished this and everything, but I'm back for another little tidbit on this board set. I got to looking at the schematic because it's kind of bugging me how this thing is so jumpy, you know, the pot. I got to looking at the schematic, and this cap right here, this 1 microfarad cap, is not on this board. This must be a later revision or something. That is a 1 microfarad going from, with the positive connected to 6 and 7 and the negative going to ground, right? So I just went ahead and added a 1 microfarad tantalum cap to pin 6, which is connected to pin 7. That's the positive, and then that goes to ground. And in the schematic, this electrolytic, this 1 microfarad electrolytic, is actually a 0.01. That's this cap, I believe. 0.01 between pin 5 and ground. And that looks like this guy right here where that electrolytic is. You see pin 5 goes to the positive. Yeah. So maybe I remove that 1 microfarad and put a 0.01 cap in right there, because it vastly improved. It greatly improved when I did this, put that cap across it. We'll go ahead and show you. It's much better. See that I got way better control. It's not so jumpy. So I want to go ahead and remove this capacitor and put a 0.01 in that spot, because that is how this schematic is right here. And then we have a 12K resistor across this. So maybe I have to add that as well. 12K resistor across this cap that I added. So pin 6 and 7 and ground. So maybe I do a 12K resistor from pin 7 to ground, and that would complete that circuit. And then replace this with a 0.01 and see how that works. Okay, and that's what that looks like. $12K resistor to ground, along with that 1 microfarad cap, and then I replaced the 1 microfarad that was right here with a 0.01 to ground. So we'll go ahead, hook this back up, and see how the paddle feels. Okay, we're hooked back up. I'm going to go ahead, coin, start, and I just want to mess with the paddle before serving. Nope, that's worse. It goes way fast over there, and it's like really nasty. So that needs to be undone. So I'm going to put that 1 microfarad cap back here. I'm going to remove the 12K. I'll leave the 12K for now, but I want that 1 microfarad back in here. Okay, I removed this guy and put this other 1 microfarad tantalum in its place. So same thing, I want to go ahead and coin, start, and then just mess with the pot and see how we're doing. Little jumpy still. So I want to go ahead and just clip. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove while it's running. Just remove that out of circuit, this guy. That resistor. Yeah, that's way better. See, it's way better controllable. So I think that's it right there. So if your breakout board is like this, add a 1 microfarad cap across pin 6 to ground. I'm going to remove that. I'm just going to clip that off. This guy. That needs to go bye-bye. And that gives you way better control. Yeah, that's really nice. That's good. Good control. So there you go. Okay, now I will officially see you next time on the next Classic Arcade Repair. Remember to check out Patreon, become a channel member. Help support the channel. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.